How are you? I'm just popping up quickly because I'm actually hurting watching someone be extremely vulnerable. I don't know who else just watched the who was his name?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. And it was the true statement of being vulnerable. Vulnerable means open to attack either physically or emotionally. I couldn't stand watching it. I couldn't stand watching a man well past his prime, but trying to go again, and an absolute idol of so many people through our time through boxing, be completely and utterly vulnerable for this. Can we stop asking our men to be vulnerable? Because that is what happened. I never ever want to see or put a man into that position where he's open to physical attack, being vulnerable. For what? What's the purpose of it? Did it take courage to get in the ring? Absolutely, it did. Did Jake Paul do the fight properly? No, he didn't. Because he saw that Mike Tyson was vulnerable. And yet we're asking our men to be vulnerable. Why? I don't know, Wade. I would never, ever put you into a position of being attacked. I'd stand by your side and I wouldn't come at you. How did you feel watching that fight?
Yeah, when you asked me how I felt, I said it was sad. It was sad because until you educated me, I used to think that vulnerability, as it's promoted, I thought, people encourage us to be vulnerable. But then when you taught us in one of the dinners the true definition of what vulnerability actually is, open to attack, I went home and I looked at the dictionary and I read more into it. And I thought, geez, that definition doesn't really align with how it's taught to us. And then when you asked me how I felt downstairs when we were watching, I said, geez, that really is a true example of what vulnerability is.
Yeah.
And then I said, it's sad to see your heroes who are 6 foot and bulletproof.
Yeah.
Whether it's Mike Tyson, whether it's a hero, your father that you look up to. It's sad when they get to a stage in life where they show what vulnerability is. And so it just brought up all those emotions. It was sad. It was very sad because he was vulnerable. He really was. He was open to attack. He was fragile, and I don't know. The whole time I felt squeamish watching it. I felt really uncomfortable.
How did you feel watching that? How did you feel watching something that I can't watch? I did, but I felt sick watching a man be vulnerable in a situation that he shouldn't have been in. And why? Why was he there? Really? To fulfill a young man's dream.
That's the thing as well. The reasons why. I understand he would have only had his own personal reasons of resilience and getting back. But he had money and fulfilling some rich kid's sort of mission or purpose or fantasy, sort of to be bought and put yourself through that to be bought. Yeah, that was a bit rough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel good about this. I don't. You know, like it's something that I'm really against, is asking men to be vulnerable. I'm really, yeah.
When was the last time you asked to be vulnerable?
I wouldn't ask me.
Mm.
I just wouldn't. It's not part of my. I will share a time in my life that. And I'm going to grab this for a minute. And thank you, Shane. Honestly, a stupid fight and dangerous. His health isn't good. Tyson, one of the greatest fighters, but seeing him struggling was heartbreaking.
Mm.
Seeing him vulnerable was heartbreaking.
And for the sake of entertainment?
For the sake of what? That was not entertainment.
No, but you know what I'm alluding to. Like that was all the
Shane.
All the lights were out. It was an exhibition. It was a spectacle.
I don't know. Like, I really would love some more comments on this, because if that's the life that we're asking for our men, if that's what we're asking for our men to be, maybe it's time to question that. If that's where our value is, in the money, in the dollars, in the show, is that really what you want in life? Is that really what we're creating for men? Is that what we're about?
Mm.
I didn't see heart in the ring.
No.
I don't know. And I share, Shane, I thank you so much for having the courage to share that, how you really felt, how it felt in your heart, because it hurt me to see that. It hurt me to see a man being vulnerable. I don't know. There'll be more to come from this, but I'm not happy. I'm not. It's time to stop asking our men to be vulnerable. Watching that was horrible. Felt it in my gut. Yeah?
Yeah, it was a tough watch.
Yeah. All right. Sure, you'll hear more about this. All right. Thank you.